They're gonna take forever.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PupCast, episode number 6, I think, right, Fender?
Yeah, I think so.
Episode 6. It's your boy, BC Canada. I make PupCasts, I do top 10s, I stream games, I do all that crazy shit. Joining me as my co-host, as always, it's my boy Fender. Fender, give him a little intro to who you are.
What's up? I'm Fender, captain of the White Caps and NLCP. I do record book stuff and all that. That's all I do now.
Okay, that's okay. Not bad, not bad. Today on the show we have 3 special guests joining us. Woo! It's a full couch. What can I say? We'll start off with the ex-MTC member Bamboozler. Bamboozler, give them a little rundown if they don't know who you are, what they need to know about you.
Alright, well, if you don't know who I am NLTPCRC, I am MLTPCRC, I am NFTLCRC, XMTC, USC mod, play minors, yeah,
Overachiever.
I do a lot of fucking shit for Tag, bro. Oh, sorry, I'm probably not supposed to swear that much. Whatever.
Are you getting paid?
No.
No? Okay. That sounds good.
He does it all.
Next up, we're going to my boy Fronj. Fronj, give these people a little rundown of what you do.
I'm Fronj. I'm the leader of the MTC. I've made several maps in rotation right now, as well as several maps that have been taken out. RIP. May they rest in peace. And I also play offense for the Orlando Roller Bears.
Nice.
Carrying Toasty.
That is a very hard job. I
It's
am
a big ask.
Yeah, I'm impressed you can do that. And last but not least, our little friend Renegade. Renegade, give him a little rundown of who you are too, my friend.
MTC, been there for it's either 8 or 6 months, September, I don't know how long that is. Just got drafted to Meme Team Minors, and I was co-captain for NLCP for a little bit. But not a great team.
And recently got a map in rotation.
Oh yeah, I just got a map rotation. Apparition, the best map in 2 threads. It was just at the sex number yesterday.
Yeah, it's gonna get taken out.
Oh, fuck.
Is that the map with the super boosts?
No.
It's
Oh.
the map with the
It's a small map,
It's the small map with the team gates.
base.
4 pups and all that.
Oh, that one. Okay,
Some
yeah.
might be removed.
Yeah. That one's a thinker.
I feel like we should have been prepared. Known these maps.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probably, but that's all good. We're just giving the viewers a picture of them now. You gotta explain it to my dumb ass so everyone else can understand.
And family-friendly stream.
Oh, yeah, you gotta explain it to me, because I'm a little bit dumb. Anyways, okay, moving on.
This is not a friendly stream. I already swore twice in a row. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the first episode, I tried to keep family friendly, and then it was just like a rip.
No, that's not gonna
all
work.
downhill from there.
Hark was on it, and after Hark was on it, I just gave up.
Just game over.
GG.
Started talking about his cock, so. Anyways.
I mean, who doesn't want to talk about that?
Most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Like 95% of
Pretty much
Mumble.
everybody but Hark, really.
Okay, so for this episode, Fender and I are gonna take turns asking some questions, breaking down these MTC members, seeing their inner thoughts and their ambitions and what they really think about Tag Pro maps, the meta, just everything. It's gonna be great. So, I am going to start off with the first question. I'll start off with Bamboozler first, since maybe he has some better ideas since he stepped back off the MTC. If you could change anything about the MTC, what would you change and why?
I think for me, the reason I left was I just commit too much time to Tag Pro in general, and I just don't have enough time to commit to the MTC. anymore, because it is a huge time commitment, and I commend everybody that has stuck with it for so long. And I think the one thing I would change is I would make I'm not sure how you'd even do this, but I would make solo testing a little bit less intense and severe of a commitment, because that is really the big turnoff, I think, for a lot of people. Is the solo testing is hours and hours and hours of running around on maps by yourself, and a lot of which are just maps that people put together that they didn't put a whole lot of thought into, or just that aren't anywhere close to ready, and so that can get really, really frustrating and boring. So that would be my one thing. Like I said, no idea how you'd go about doing that. It'd be a really major change for the MTC, but yeah.
Renegade, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say about the same thing. Like, it does suck. You know, I was talking to Asif is trying out right now, and he said like it's a gigantic time commitment. Like, it wasn't that big of a time commitment when he was on the MTC, because once we put notes in, just the amount of maps kind of shot through the roof. Like, we had 170 last thread. 6 months ago, we were getting 70, and we were like, oh god, TagPro's dying, and now we're like drowning in this shit. Yeah, the time commitment would be great. I hate procrastinating. I hate just having like every month I have this weight on my head of, Jesus, I have so many fucking maps to test. And we have some ideas, but like every idea that you can have to make it easier would be kind of disrespectful to people making maps. Like, to not test, to ignore some, to say like, okay, you can submit like 2 and then like maybe we'll test the rest. The time commitment sucks.
Fronj, you get anything different than them?
Anything different?
Yeah.
I really wish there was some way for people to really see like how we operate within the MTC. Just like seeing the amount of work that we put in, yeah, but also like how we come to the decisions we do. I feel like a lot of members of the community end up feeling like we present them with an end product without really seeing kind of the long debates that we have that can get like pretty heated by the end, and they're also fun. But like, I think a lot of the confusion and a lot of like, although it's mostly memeing, a lot of the distaste for decisions made is based off of a lack of understanding of the process.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy, because like we have the notes now. We have like, you know,
Yeah.
3 threads. We have like 3 posts for every thread. Like, clearly there's a lot of like crap that goes into this, but still, like, it comes out like just, you know, maps go in, a map comes out, and then what do you think, people?
I think we've been making strides in that direction though recently, especially with the opening up of notes. And I'm really hoping that with our new batch of nominees for the MTC, we'll have more people that really get to see what this whole thing is. Like, it's a lot more work than it looks like.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought the MTC have really improved ever since you guys started making all those changes. It's good. I like
Well,
it.
you know, Fronj is the leader, so.
And I left, so that really helps.
Yeah, it's skyrocketed in quality.
Yeah.
Okay. I just have a quick question. Didn't Fly used to stream like the MTC testings?
Yeah, I really wish we could bring that back. It's just none of us know how to stream.
Holy, surely it could teach you in like 5 minutes.
I mean,
I would
stream, but I
rather
just don't
just
want to do
get
it.
some outside person to, like, say it's like a 4-hour thing.
Yeah.
The initial Fly used to do solo testing. I remember that, and it was actually like, as a map maker, I always found that watching solo testing, and maybe even more specifically the initial testing, like the 4v4 testing, to be really, really helpful to understand like what kinds of maps and what common errors were being made by the map makers, and what kinds of maps the MTC were looking for.
How many viewers would that get?
Not a lot.
That got like
That's
none.
also why.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't imagine many people caring. Like,
Yeah, I
all of
remember-
tech or testing would join in, but other than that, I
Yeah,
can't see.
I remember Bali used to do it, I think. We should do that more.
Yeah, it seems like a
If we
lot
can
of
get
work for
someone.
like not that much effort. Node seems
Yeah.
like a better.
But I mean, okay, if you're doing it in the first place, setting up a stream so it streams it, it's like pretty much no extra work. You just have to upload it to YouTube or something after, so it's archived, and then people can watch for when you play their map.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I also need to worry about the one thing I would worry about is not broadcasting individual members' votes, which would be hard to do. I guess I would have to use like a second screen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be possible, but I mean, it is extra work. I get it. Yeah. Anyways,
That's definitely something we should look into.
yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
I would agree.
Maybe that'll put an applicant over the top or something.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get the streamer applicant in. And get the application in.
I'm good. Yeah, I can barely do this. You want me to sit there for 4 hours and stream MTC?
Oh, that's the
No,
fun
dude, stream
part.
solo
Oh,
testing and
Jesus.
stream like 14 straight hours.
The initial testing is like the first 4v4 and the final maps testing is like
It's
the
fun.
best part of the whole
Yeah,
process.
it is
those
actually
weren't
really fun.
If those weren't fun, then no one would do it. Like, there's no way I'd be able to take all the shit and all the hate
and then
like,
also do like 20 hours or whatever.
Yeah. and like,
Oh.
and there's also like the other hours too of just like checking like maps, like checking in on
Yeah.
What about all the
everything.
mod
Just,
mill? I mean, like,
oh
my god.
every day there's like a few things you have to like just respond to and talk with. Like the Poppy thing right now.
But to be honest, since I left, all I do is click on them to clear them from being
I
unread.
know.
I don't
Oh,
read any more.
There's a clear
anymore.
all thing in the top right.
Oh, there is.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Holy,
I know.
saved my
changed your
life.
Carp won't be nice to know that. He hates the little green shield thing.
Dude, I really like the new mod mill.
Yeah, I
It's
do
so
too.
nice.
It's bugged though. Whenever I go into TP Captographer and then back into Renegade, like it thinks I'm still TP Captographer, and
You're
I
a
can't.
cartographer?
We all are.
Yeah, we all.
Whoa,
Delete.
whoa.
Deletes.
I'm woke.
You guys didn't know that cartographer is just like a
No, that's not a
generic
publicly known
MTC.
thing.
Oh yeah. It just
Like all the
everybody-
members of the MTC have the password. and
Actually,
we
I
all-
don't know what the password is, so
Don't worry about it.
It's
How much do I gotta pay to get on this
It's
account?
Hunter 2.
actually no. Somebody told me what it was, so I could update my quitting post on there. Remember that?
Is it fuck
Yeah,
you
it is.
sizzled?
Say it
Oh,
on
it used to be
stream
that,
very
but
clearly.
When we
Sizzled
added
came back.
Sizzled, we kind of had to change it. It flipped out on us.
It's too bad, really. It was a good nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
password.
liked it.
it suits him well.
Right.
Okay, Fender, you wanna move him into the next question there?
Whew, all right, here we go. If you had to kick off an MTC member off the MTC, who would you kick off?
Linux.
Linux.
Linux ball, absolutely.
Yeah. That's
The
not a
unanimous
question.
decision.
A quick one too.
Who are you gonna
Very
pick?
cool. Interesting.
I think everybody offers something to the MTC, and Linux is there too.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Wait, I don't let bullying go on in this show. What's going on here?
No. We love Linux, but like first member to go.
Automatically. Default.
Okay. Good job on that one. Okay. Where do you see map making going in the future, or where would you want it to go? Anyone want to start us off? Leave it
Oh, sure.
open. Fronj, the leader.
Oh, okay. Actually, you're gonna be really disappointed that Sis isn't here because he's like very, very
Oh, we should
opinionated
we
about
should
this.
just get
kind of
Beast Mode in
stuff.
here for like a minute and have him explain the fucking theory.
Anyway,
The theory.
So basically, there's a theory, and I can definitely see where it's going, and I kind of like it. Of there being 4 major generations of map making. Which I could describe. So there's the first couple of basic ones, and then
A lot of those are like lucky spammer,
lucky
mix
spammer,
maps,
yeah,
and
all
then
that stuff. Then there's like the next level, which is like colors, stuff like that. Old school maps.
Holy See?
Yeah, Holy Seed, stuff like that. Big things, and they rely very much on the fact that there is the concept of regrab hasn't started yet. And then we get to the third generation, which is where we do actually get the concept of regrab showing up. And that's where I think, if you ask like the general population of players, like, what's your favorite map? Like, the most iconic maps from Generation 3 are going to be, like, the most commonly answered ones. So, like, Velocities,
I
your
found it.
Wormies. Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
You want to read it?
1 thread 0 to 1 pre-MTC lucky spammer maps, thing like Speedway, Star, Glowy Hole, GeoKoala. Gen 2 thread 1 to 25. Early MTC MLTP era, more deliberate design, but still map making is unknown. Holy See, Boombox colors are hallmarks. Gen 3, 25 to 50, regrab becomes commonplace. Now balance is a focus. There's Pilot, Constriction, Velocity, Smirk, Emerald, Wormy. He calls it the golden age of map making. Gen 4, thread 50 to 75, map makers start to learn patterns of what works and what doesn't. This is the formula era. A lot of safe picks, but still some outliers: Cedar, Birch, Rush, Tetzingo. And then he says 75 plus, this Generation 5, the holistic rotation, which is quite full of itself, if you ask me. Holistic rotation and creative design are becoming important considerations for MTC and map makers. Notable maps pending. I think Apparition might, fall there.
I think it falls under 4, if we're honest.
No,
okay.
No, it doesn't. There is no way that Apparition is formulaic.
It's small.
Well, it's small. I think there's no way we're going back to big maps. We're never gonna see big maps again. That's impossible.
Though,
Every
I
time
mean,
we put in a
that's
big map, it gets hated on so
exactly.
fast.
I mean,
exactly.
Like,
No, but that's why we're trying to edge. I think Sis and myself believe that there's at least something to say for big maps.
I'm
and
like kind of the opposite
we
way.
can get back to them.
I think there's no possible way we can do that. I think that like we kind of need to keep Smirk in because we're never going to see a map as big as Smirk in rotation ever again. That's like a new map like that. I don't see that as a possibility. Like, I wish it was, but like maybe we're just bad at picking the bigger maps. But
no, I think Vagabond was great. In the end, I got shit on. I would say GameSphere. I honestly thought that was going to do a lot better than it did.
I really enjoyed GameSphere, and
I think it's like, yeah, exactly. When it went in, I was like, this is going to be, it's not going to be like 80 plus, but I feel like it's going to be in the 70s in terms of approval rating, and it's like 50, right? 49 or something.
Yeah. It was at 49 earlier today.
I was honestly shocked.
Yeah, we all were. That was just.
I think the main turnoff is the pups on that map.
No, it's that it's like I've talked to a lot of people about that map, and there's just too much empty space. Like, I was playing a pub with Milky, and like Milky got so bored that he left because no one could tag him. But that's just
that's just Milky though.
I know, but that's like the unfortunate truth of big maps. It's really hard. Yeah. I mean, maybe Smirk just works as the gigantic team tile area, but
my argument for keeping Smirk isn't its size, though. It's the fact that it forces people to adapt a strategy to defending. That's like the main reason why I would want to keep it.
That's definitely a big proponent of
if I wanted to keep it, but that's it.
Can I keep my vote on the MTC even though I'm not on the MTC?
No.
So I can keep smirking and get rid of Cloud.
You can pull a moose in and come back every once in a while and vote for the maps that go in.
True.
You want to get rid of Cloud?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
MTC hates Cloud.
I love Cloud.
Dude,
Wait, Cloud's so fun.
Cloud is the single most boring map in Tag Pro right now.
Huh?
That is the hardest map to cap on with any kind of competent team.
Center.
Nah, Command Center you can actually cap on.
Command Center is pretty garbo.
The driest map in rotation, and we have Ricochet.
It's amazing how good Ricochet still works, though. I mean, it
it's
goes
great.
against so many like if there was a bomb boost that big and sometimes I'd be like, no, just think about
Yeah.
that. And then, but it works in
Because
such an
it
amazing
forced
way.
it forced a meta to form around its play.
Yeah.
Because, and this is something I really want to look into as we move forward with maps that aren't well accepted by the community. It's because the MTC was like, yeah, that big bomb like auto cap thing, you're gonna have to play around it and figure it out rather than us just taking it out.
Yeah, rather than bitching about it and making the MTC remove the map, even though it's a good map.
Sounds like
Yep.
a good reason to keep apparition in. I'm just saying.
That was precisely my reason to want to keep Vagabond in. But, you know, I suggest we do that in the future.
Apparition.
Anyway.
There's no way I'm not going to be able to bring every argument around to apparition now, so I'll just stop now.
Wait, if you took out one of the pups from each of those things on your map, do you think it would be better?
Yeah, there was a couple tournaments which like I just watched people play on it, and a lot of people said like it's cool. There's too many pups though. And
Would you?
yeah,
You're taking out the base pups, right?
yeah, I'm taking out the bomb
Okay,
pups
good.
just because I feel like that would also make the bomb stronger, just because it would be diffused less.
No, that's the move because it also keeps it away, like in mid, so you actually have to play a risk and reward kind of game, like getting out of position for it. Anyway,
Crowds will come out of that too.
Anyway, Fender, you wanna hit him with the next one?
Yeah, I got it. Let's see. Okay, what maps would you want to see in competitive play?
all new maps.
Big Mouth.
Cedar, Market. Cedar already is.
Wait, but we've already seen Market in competitive play.
Market in Novice.
And that was Cancer.
Market in Majors, honestly. Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit different in Majors. I think it'd be a lot higher level of play.
I mean,
it would be intense as hell.
It was an ELTP. Has been in the past 2 seasons.
They love it there.
Yeah,
because it's a fantastic fucking map. And seriously, it creates a seriously different dynamic of gameplay that MLTP is seriously lacking right now because all the maps are so well known at this point, except for Cedar. And I think Cedar is even pretty well known at this point. It's not that hard of a map to figure out. It may be new, but it's like a very simple map. Not too much to it.
Yeah. There was a thing that Blazeth said to me actually today. He's like, because there was a map maker who had made a map that was way too freaking big. And I'm like, you need to make it smaller. Like, look what's in rotation. And he said if you said that to 2P1S, you wouldn't have made Market, which was cutting to me. Just because there's so much truth in that. But, if you tell everybody to not look what's in rotation, then you kind of.
I mean, I think you definitely shouldn't just go around trying to make replacements for current maps.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
That's all. Don't do that. I do not want that.
Every thread you see someone recreate.
Didn't Market make it into the top 8 in that vote recently? I mean, obviously that's not a very good representation considering that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. In terms of maps that I would want to see, I this is just my own personal thing, but I really think that MLTP in general is the most behind league in terms of not trying new maps, sticking to the old and known maps that we've always played, and it took fucking 8 seasons to get out Boombox, and holy crap, I never want to play that map in competitive again. We really ELTP does new maps
and Sizzle,
Transilio, which is in my opinion, it's the best map in competitive rotation, and honestly, probably in rotation. Period. And that was a community voted map. It was a map that had never been played. I mean, it was probably played in tournaments and whatever, but that was a map that had never been played in MLTP before. or at any level, and it did phenomenally well.
Yeah.
I really think that in future MLTV should be looking to try new maps that they haven't done before, and not voting in maps like Scorpio and Constriction.
Although I like Scorpio, I think that Scorpio, it's different enough. Like for competitive, it provides enough unique play that it works that way. Scorpio is the type of map that like I want to see people making.
No, I was just listing them because they were the two most recently,
Right.
and I think publicly voted maps.
I jumped at that because you don't like Scorpio.
I do not like Scorpio. In competitive, it's a past 3 clusterfuck.
There's truth to that.
But like I think like Kyo should be tried. I think
That'd be nuts.
It'd be so much fun. It is fun. I tried it in USC and it was so much fun.
Which map again? Sorry.
Kyo, it's the really small one.
Yeah, I know which Kyo.
So many boosts.
I like Big Mouth because I played in USC and it was really fun.
Oh god, you.
I like Cedar.
How does Big Mouth play competitively, like in USC and stuff? I've never really seen it being played.
Depends on the level of team, but I mean, we put some good games on there. It's definitely it's market-esque where you have to play on anti, and it's really fast-paced, but it's definitely more choky. It can be really hard to get out sometimes against a good defense.
Bam, are you playing Tag Pro right now?
No.
Okay. What happened in like a Tag Pro-esque way?
Well, maybe I am.
Okay.
I'm on like a 7 winning streak. I can't stop. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with that.
When you gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I broke your flow. What were you saying?
Well, I mean, like, I guess this kind of fits back into this 5th generation of maps, because like, I'm saying, hey, I want new maps to be tried and competitive, but honestly, we really aren't getting new maps that are also staying around for a while and are also competitively viable.
There was like a very, very good Tag Pro player who said to me today, let's just get rid of everything that's like below 78%. Because of course, like, he would love that. He would be amazing if, every map that he's played for 4 years were the only maps in rotation.
Exactly. But, and of course you like the new maps, you're good at them. Or the old maps, you're good at them. You've learned them.
And he is. But it's... Yeah, the game doesn't really grow that way. There's so many things that can happen with Tag Pro. There's so many different ways that we can play the game that we just haven't discovered yet. And that's why we're
new maps force new metas.
Yeah. Like, that's why Smirk is so important, because...
I mean, it's no longer necessarily new meta, but not really any maps have kind of picked up where it left off.
Now, I feel like Kyo could be close to it, but it doesn't...
Yeah.
It's too fast to accomplish it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those people out there who want their map to be tested by these guys and them to like it and get put in rotation, what makes a good map?
Pay me.
Yeah, that works.
Money?
Fronj.
Money, yeah.
Yeah. But really, like, you have to me, I decided this thing recently, if it's not as a third of as interesting as Curb, like, I'm just going to say no to it automatically. Which is fair, I think. If you're not going to, like, bring anything to the table, if you're not going to, like, make something special, if you're just making a map because, hey, you know what, you want to make a map, that's fair. I understand that. That's, of course, why I got into the first time. But if you're not going to bring something, if you're not going to, like, actually impress me with some different way to play, even if it's, like a minute thing. Like, I made a map where I have the it's kind of like Constriction, in which I have the opposite team boost and base, but, like, it's in a way that's very powerful. Like, you gotta do something.
So there's something unique about the map.
Yeah, something that should make me care. That should be like, oh, you thought about the way this is gonna play, and it's gonna be different than everything else. Because so much is not different. Also, it can't be too big. People make too big maps all the time.
For me, when you say that these people are looking to get their maps tested, it's you're already implying that they're good enough. Like, as map makers to already have our attention, or at least the maps that they're producing are good enough for us to say, hey, like this is almost there, or hey, this might be worth testing. And I think that is kind of like the biggest hill you need to get over. Once you kind of figure out what works, it's not a far stretch to start getting tests, and then from there you can get into top maps and then rotation. But I think a lot of work needs to be put into figuring out kind of how to establish yourself as a map maker, and specifically how to establish your style.
A big way to do that is to talk to us.
Yes, definitely.
That
Listen to
helps
feedback.
so much.
Read the notes, please.
God, like we do so much work on the notes. And we get that sometimes they're terrible, but like also that's sometimes maps are terrible.
The flame.
Are you guys active on that tag protesting Discord server?
Yes,
Is
I am.
is that public?
Yeah.
Yes, people should definitely go there.
In the sidebar. Definitely
Yeah, they
go
should.
there.
Especially because a lot of times it's just like people talking to each other.
There's always
Stuff.
people on there, I feel like.
Like,
Even if they're
the
not
best-
MTC, there's just people hanging out there.
And
Definitely.
smart people too.
Yeah.
They know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Not Linux.
These are people that will. Not
Let's just say
Linux.
not Linux.
There's like a bunch of like there's places in Barth, and they've been around forever. They've
Beast mode.
beast mode. Like these are people that
You can trust.
they'll tell you what you need to do, or like quick fixes you can make, stuff like that. And Sizzle's also there, so that's cool.
Boosting as well.
Yeah, Moosin's there sometimes too.
That's on the sidebar of the Tag Pro subreddit?
The tag we're testing subreddit, yeah. It's at the top right, I think.
Tag Pro
Invite you
testing.
to our Discord, yeah. Our tag pro testing.
Yeah, I'm part of that. I don't know why, I just am.
Maybe
Yeah,
you guys
I'm
should,
part of a bunch of those that I just don't care about.
Yeah.
maybe you could start linking the Discord server in the cartographer post or whatever on the main server, so more people know
I feel
about
like we've done that.
it. Have you?
I did that with something.
Maybe I didn't see
It
it.
might have been the group me.
The group. Oh. Wait, this is
No,
a Tag
never
Pro
mind.
testing
That
group me?
was like months and months ago. I think that stopped happening.
I'll post the link to the Discord in this post for this episode if that's cool with you guys.
Of course.
Yeah? Okay. Cool.
Oh, another thing about if you're making a map, don't make it look like a shape. That's so stupid.
Oh yeah.
God, like it's cool if you can make a map that looks like a tank and it has like a little tank thing. No matter how good you make that map, it could always be better if it wasn't forced to be in the shape of a tank. That's the bottom line of it.
Imagine how cool Star would be if it weren't forced to be
Looking
a
at
star.
you, Star.
Yeah.
Like.
It would be
Star
kind of
counts
shit,
as
to be
off the
honest.
bases, at least. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Star brings other things to the table than it looking like a star too.
I think we also like over time have been forced to love it, so
Definitely. I mean, there isn't a spike field like it.
true.
Which
I miss the good old spike lanes and spike fields.
Yeah,
Bring
Cecil's
those
been
back,
putting
new
spike
map
fields in
makers.
everything
Yeah.
he's done lately, which is I like that.
I'm not gonna complain, I like it.
Also, there's a beast mode canvas map that has a spike thing on it, which I like.
Okay. Also I just want to add, if you have never made a map before, please feel free to do it. Like, go ahead. Especially since we're kind of reaching out to the community that understands the game the best, I would hope. Like,
They're gonna
you
put this
guys
on the regular
Yeah, okay. Well,
subreddit.
yeah, sure. Why not? You guys too. Regular subreddit people too. You guys are also awesome.
Sure.
But you guys are the kind of people that we need. We need more map makers always. New ideas, stuff like that, and maybe you should link unfortunate maps as well, so they can find that if they don't know where it is.
Okay, yeah, you can hit me up with a few links after, and I'll get them all.
Cool.
All right.
For sure.
Good advice.
Fender?
Thanks at all. Yeah. Alright, so as maps kind of move, as you guys were saying about the whole generations thing, the whole meta behind Tag Pro kind of changes with that. And I think, in my opinion, it's kind of like the meta of the game kind of is dependent on the maps that we put out, right? Maybe it's the community pushing for that change, but I mean, I still think it's the maps that kind of force it. So like the whole from no regrab to getting to regrab, and now we're like pushing into anti-re. Just kind of, what are your opinions on like maps forcing the meta of the game and all that?
Bam.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe
He's
Jules
been
wants to
sipping.
answer. Yeah.
Ah, she just left.
Screw him. On the podcast.
Wait. I have one thing. Have we ever put like a whole bunch of like, what are they called? The gates that only kill one team. Just like put a whole bunch of those around the flag so you can't play regrab or something if like someone's sitting on a button.
We see one of those or two of those a thread.
That's like genius.
It seems genius until like capping needs to happen, and then it's like the button fight dictates cap or not. You know?
That's the new meta. You gotta fight for you gotta learn how to battle for a button properly to cap.
Yeah, it seems like one boost can just kill that completely. I don't like it. I would need to be like that's the type of thing that like you would need to come to us. Like Sizzled had a map. Sizzled is really good about knowing when to come to us when he has a map that he thinks is good, because he will just come to each individual one of us and be like, "Hey, this is special for this reason," and like he'll make you see why it's special. He won't stop talking until you see why it's special, and that's such a boon for him that he's able to.
A blight for us, but
Yeah, a blight for Tag Pro, a boon for Sizzled.
We love you, Sis, but also you kind of made me do this, so also fuck you.
Yeah, totally. Also, we love you, Linux. But yeah, like if you're gonna have like a meta-changing thing, don't think you can just submit it and then walk away and think that we're gonna love it, because that's just not gonna be able to happen. That's impossible.
They definitely need to talk us through that. Like,
definitely.
I would, just getting back to the question though, I would definitely agree that the maps kind of shape the meta. I mean, there's regrab. The regrab is definitely the most obvious meta that shift, but I think another one that might have been a little more subtle is how people approach using portals on maps, and I really think that Transilio is kind of the map that started that shift.
I think with portals did.
No.
Yeah.
That forced a different kind of, and it was hated in pubs.
It's a cool meta though. It's a very cool meta.
Maybe Ricochet too.
I mean, admittedly, I think thinking with portals is its own meta.
It's like pretty much like a mini game.
Meta, though. Like
I think it proved that portals can be used in pubs. I think Transilio like perfected like better than any map that we've seen to date. I'm pretty sure. At least two-way portals.
Definitely. There's nothing like you can play on that map for 10 hours and then someone can like show you like a thing that you can do differently, and then it kind of blows. Like hiding behind the portal can be huge. Just that little thing on itself can just open the map up to you in a different way.
Yeah. So another thing would be like the new update, the April update. They said the devs were thinking of adding flag indicators and timers. Like if that were to be implemented, which I mean we could go over opinions on that as well. Which I don't know, but like how would that affect map making as well?
I get the reason for it. Like, we're definitely moving towards smaller maps, which definitely rewards better people, better jukers, which, you know, isn't what you want for a game that you want to grow. But if we were to have lag indicators, I mean, yeah, I think it would help a map like Gamepad, where there's like 4 places you can
Mhm.
hide, and like
Yeah.
that would be great for that. But like for the Holy See, really, if I'm hiding in a corner and we're still doing the thing where there's one guy on Re and 2 people are coming at me, I can get away from the corner on Holy See. We would need to have like completely different maps. The meta would be like fucked for a while. Plus, it takes away like a lot of skill, a lot of like knowing, a lot of
Yep.
we have hotkeys for a reason. You know, he's coming from left is huge. If people are good enough to do it, it definitely decreases the skill level of the game, which isn't really what people who have been playing for this long want to see.
In terms of flag indicators, I am personally, I will say, hesitantly for it.
Oh God.
I think we
In
absolutely
that
need to have a testing period.
if definitely, but like if we're gonna be pushing for newer, bigger maps, then sure, if that's what we're gonna go for. But if we're gonna be keeping the maps the way they are, I don't really see a long-term benefit beyond just helping people learn the game.
I think flag indicators should be like in the same toggle as in-game tips. Like once you turn this off, you turn off the indicators.
That'd be fair.
That's someone told me in BSC that someone commented in the original April update thread that like flag indicators should be for people who are under like 5 or 10 degrees with stats on, and then they turn
Yeah.
off after that. I like that idea.
Well, I mean, that's just gonna make people make smurfs and stuff to use
No,
them.
yeah, you're right.
But
But I mean,
I think it-
Yeah,
I
like
think it would work.
yesterday, Hark Mollis was a Smurf and he beat me in a duel. Like that shit's just not fair.
Also, I
He
think it
destroyed
should
me.
definitely be a group setting.
Yeah, it should definitely be a group setting.
Yeah, group setting would be okay, especially
That
if,
way
like
you can turn it off for competitive, etc.
yeah,
Definitely.
and it would be kind of necessary to before they were implemented for them to be in group, just so we could like the MTC, at least the mods, you know, we could all go through and look at, figure out how it's gonna work.
Yeah, kind
I
of
say at least the
similar.
mods because the MTC never gets to be in the cool stuff like Anne Frank does.
Gotta be a mod. Kind of same thing with timers, I guess.
Oh, I'm vehemently against timers.
Yeah.
I think I think it's
You're against pup timers or like boost and bomb
Yes.
timers?
all timers.
All timers.
I don't like any timers either.
Hey guys, I just brought my puppy to the PupCast.
Oh, I'm gonna need a pic of that in the group me.
Oh, have you not seen it?
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen a picture of
think
you
I
next
have,
to the
yeah.
dog, but I don't think I've seen just a picture of the dog.
There's never enough pictures.
I've seen about 200, I think.
Yeah.
So
my Snapchat, you give me on
basically-
Snapchat, you'll see some pictures.
So basically, ma'am, remove yourself from the picture with the dog.
We
don't need you.
I don't care about you,
I mean, that's fair. I don't want to be on there anyways. He's way cuter than me.
right?
I bet you
Anyways.
it's all the bitches.
That's fantastic.
Timers.
Time. Yeah, timer's just it's a crutch. I mean, there was one thing that I don't remember who suggested this. It was within like a group meeting of, oh my god, Bam posted a dog photo.
Jules did that.
It's not available.
No, it's not available. I don't have Facebook, you Neanderthal.
Sorry. Well, I mean, Jules did it. Sorry.
Or like someone said, it would be awesome if a few seconds before the pup came up, you would be able to see what kind of pup it was. Like that.
That would be really interesting.
That
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
that
cool.
would change the meta in like an interesting way. Like, oh, it's a tag pro. Then you know what?
Prioritize.
Me as the flag carrier, I'm gonna stay away, but
Yeah.
you fight for it.
How far ahead?
Yeah, that's
Like
the thing too.
3
like, it would either be
seconds?
always or
That would be
No,
yeah.
I
I
would-
was
I would want
thinking
always.
that would be really interesting though to have it like the moment you grab one pup, you get like a faded figure of
yeah.
the next pup that's gonna show up. That would
Aw.
would require a lot of planning.
Yeah, it would be very
within
cool.
the team. I think it would. I think that could work really well.
I want to see like a testing kind of period over it. But...
So then, if you had that, you wouldn't have a timer then. Still,
No.
you would just have like a faded image.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
so
like
cool.
That. I like that. That's
Right?
good.
Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
I'm pretty
It
sure.
would change the game for the better, I believe.
Yeah.
If that was the thing. Just because they wouldn't be like, oh my god, they got 2 tag pros out of the 3 things, and we got a rolling bomb. Like, this sucks now.
Right.
You would know that they're fighting for the tag pros.
Yeah, you.
Takes a little less randomness out of the game.
Yeah.
But it still kind of holds the skill together.
Mhm.
And I like that. That's a good idea.
What was? Oh yeah, the devs. I'm pretty sure that they're leaning towards like putting, like, when they put out Tag Pro Next demos, like they have the bombs and boosts like load into the game. Do you know if they want to do that for like this Tag Pro 2? Like implement timers, but just like 3 seconds before it spawns, like all of a sudden put a 3-second timer on it.
If we were going to have a meeting with the devs, but that didn't work out. Oops. I don't know at this point in time. I think. Have they said anything beyond that?
I don't think so, but I feel like they're leaning towards that.
I don't see a difference between this, that, and regular timers. That's just timers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the spinning up of boosts, nah.
Like, I get them wanting to, like, involve people, have them be more just aware of what's happening around them, because it does kind of seem like, especially when you're first playing, like that boost just came out of nowhere. That's totally makes sense, and it totally makes sense that you would want to tell new players like 10 seconds that it's coming back. Like this power up, it's coming back every minute. But it just feels again with like there's a reason that the maps are shrinking. There's a reason that there can't be big maps. It's because we're better at this game than we have any right to be. A lot of ways.
What?
Ouch.
Just because like, you know, we're not a bunch of scrubs. We get. Oh my god, that is adorable. Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
This is where you link the pictures of the puppy in your PupCast.
Yeah, that's. Oh my god.
That's a literal PupCast now.
That port shot.
A little.
Yeah, we're.
Guys, the port shot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look, here's another one. You gotta stop doing this.
Sorry,
Dude,
alright, I'll stop.
You're putting us off top.
Yeah, that's adorable though. I'm gonna steal them.
Get in line.
I don't know what I was gonna say. It distracted me.
Nice guy.
That's so cute.
I just heard him.
Timers, I don't know over there.
My thoughts on timers, since I didn't get to actually say anything. I don't think they should be implemented as something that's just in the game. I think you can continue to have it as a script and let people use it if you really want to, or you could just block it all together. I'd prefer just blocking timers, honestly, because it's just not something people should have.
Nothing pisses me off more is when I see like a random pub player who is like chasing me and then they wait for a boost because they obviously have timers and then they miss the boost and like spike themselves. But like they probably could have returned me if they just kept going, but then they had their timers up so they had to wait for the boost. They can't even hit it. Like, oh.
Guys, just count to 10. Come on.
For every boost on
What about when you can't see it?
Then count to 7.
It is a thing where like if it was a match,
drop?
like I have an internal
Then you
10-second
wait.
clock in me right now.
Did
Oh,
any
yeah,
of you
that's
guys
one of the
play
things I'm
PLTP?
I don't know what that
I
is.
did, and then it
I
died.
enabled the PLTP pop timer script.
Yeah, but like seriously, honestly, PLTP playing with that script, that was like some of the most fun I've had playing Tag Pro, where like everyone has timers. That was pretty damn fun. In my opinion, maybe it was different for you, but
When was this?
Honestly never used that script.
you didn't use
I
it.
played in PLTP. Yeah, I purposely didn't use it.
When was PLTP?
Whenever the last time we saw Jiggy.
Yeah. About 2 weeks into it, Jacobs never said a word again.
Yeah.
Shit, that makes me think that it wouldn't be terrible. Never
It was
mind.
like-
I mean, there's definitely a thing of like, I didn't have it, so therefore I don't want anyone to have it.
Yeah.
There is that, like, it's mine.
I honestly feel like
Aspect.
it would ruin about. I'm not gonna estimate how much effort I had to put in, but like, it would
Yeah.
ruin a lot of time that I spent like honing the ability to count boosts and like pay attention to pups and bombs and stuff like that.
And then if we did add them, I mean, what would competitive turn into in 5 seasons? I mean, it would still be the exact same people in majors, but like below that, it would be different.
Yeah, I think we'll start with timers, right? Just pup timers, and move to boosts and bombs. You know, in 5 seasons, we'll
I would be much
boost and
more.
bomb because it's just easier, and then we'll move to bots because it's easier to defend, and then offense bots because just to keep it fair,
But I would be much more for boost timers than pup timers.
I'd be the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody knows that pups are going to be spawning in a very general, next 5 seconds kind of area. Well, at least talking competitive.
You say everybody, but you mean like everybody, like majors and minors. Like lots of NLTP teams like forget that they're pups.
That's true, but if you have one pup caller on your team that says pups are coming, then everybody's like, oh, yeah, pups are coming within the next 10 seconds. And I'd say with boost, since you see them 6 times a minute instead of 1 time a minute, and bombs where you see them twice a minute, like that's going to be more helpful to know when those are coming up.
That's why I like the idea of pups. Like that's why I like the idea of boost coming up. Like it, in a way, is less impactful, but it definitely helps a lot of people. When pups is like, it's
I think it's more impactful to have the boost and bombs time.
I think it's way more impactful to have the boost and bombs. Like you chase completely differently when you have timers on than when like
yeah.
Defending would change like fundamentally.
like everything would change completely.
Yeah, I
Like
guess
you
it
would
would.
not make all the decisions you'd make them like pretty much completely differently because you'd be planning around the boost and bombs. Like exact
Does it
time.
Add something to Tag Pro? That
No,
every
it
other-
would-
I think it
it
takes
would-
it away.
feel
it
like
would
adds
take away. It
something.
would the
He's
game would
saying it adds
become
something.
the game would become devoid of randomness.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
Yes,
I mean,
if you go to an extent, I think it's pretty.
it's necessary to have randomness.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think like knowing what pup will come up.
I think that's a really good idea.
I think that's controlled chaos. Because
Especially
you
if
don't-
you're not
you
giving
can't-
a timer with it.
Yeah,
Well, it's
exactly.
still
You don't know
gonna-
when it's coming up, and you also don't control what comes up. You just know what comes up.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys
And then
play
you-
League of Legends?
No.
I
No?
don't know.
Okay, well there's like a major objective in that game.
Like here, if I was addicted to League of Legends.
Well, okay, I am, but there's like a major objective in that game, and there's like 4 different types of it, and like after you kill it, it spawns in like 10 minutes or something, but it'll tell you what type it is. So like, if that type is shit for your team, you'll like won't go for it, and you'll just try to get a different objective. So that changed it like added so much to that game. So I feel like that would add so much to know the power ups to Tag Pro. It's like such a good idea. I don't know how I haven't heard of that.
I don't know who suggested it. It was someone on the MTC. Probably not Ann or Linux.
It was Fronj.
It's probably not Fronj.
What? What'd I do?
No, you didn't do anything. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know. I never do.
I like that idea.
Was that all of our questions?
I believe so. I believe that kind of wraps everything up that we had to ask.
Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have any finishing thoughts to say about anything about the MTC maps, whatever. Now's your
Down with the
chance.
white caps.
Okay, that's a... all right. I quit.
Kidding. Kidding.
PC,
Fender,
find
come
a
on,
new
man.
co-host. I'm done. Quit.
maybe I'll just quit too.
This is our last PupCast. See you guys later.
We thank Bamboozler for ending it.
No, but thanks to you all for being on, especially Bam and Fronj for being last second. Well, maybe not Bam, but Fronj
Bam
at least.
wasn't last second. Fronj was last second
I was
though.
planning it.
Yeah, publicly shame Sizz for ditching us.
Also
Well,
other things. Just
Fronj
public
just doesn't have a whole lot of
issues.
other things to do with his life. So he had lots of time to vote.
Mm.
I had to like guilt him into being here.
Oh,
Alright,
I
go.
just want to sleep.
Yeah, we tried to plan this one out. Didn't work out.
I did.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for.
coming on.
Bye, Bam. Love you.
See you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming on very much. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate that a lot too.
Definitely. I would say keep making maps.
Keep
Yeah,
sending them in.
maps.
Definitely. And we'll go over MLTP games week 4 and 5 next week.
Yeah, next week will be an MLTP week.
It's easy.
Easy.
Anyways, competitive Tech Pro in 2017. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.